Okay. Okay, I'm recording now. This is harder without Brady. I gotta manage everything. Okay, we're
I could be
recording.
recording too.
We're recording. So this is JavaScript 30. You go to javascript30.com if you wanna get the files yourself. You don't need to though for the meetup. Like you can just watch me, or if you want to code, we're gonna do it in Code Sandbox. So I don't know if people use Code Sandbox before. I'll give you the link. Um, Actually, let me start the project first. So they have templates. They have one for React if you never used it before. So you can just do that to make like a React app. And then you can start. There's like a live mode. It's automatically on when you make like a Code Sandbox. So if you want to code, or if you just want to like see the code clear, you can go straight to the Code Sandbox that I'm in. If you don't have an account, you can log in with GitHub. That's what I do. And then if people do end up wanting to like jump in and code too, I can like enable you to let you do that. But I was gonna start out with I was gonna drive, and then like this is real informal too. So like if you have questions or just comments, you can just turn on your mic. Or if you're not comfortable, you can chat in the text chat as well. So by default, you get like this template. And then you also get like CSS that files, and then you can just import the CSS like that. So on the West Boss thing that I was looking at earlier, JavaScript 30, I already downloaded the startup files from GitHub. We're not gonna watch the video just because the audio, I don't have the audio set up to work. Maybe next time we can watch the video first for people that haven't seen it. If not, you can watch it on your own time if you haven't watched it yet. So here's the GitHub though. I start it. So the way that I remember how to come back to repos, whenever I see something cool, like, or a course that's cool, I always go to the course files and I start the repo, because then you can like, then it's kind of, that's how I like bookmark the repos by like starting it. So JavaScript 30, it's on Wes Boss's GitHub. It's just slash Wes Boss slash JavaScript 30. We're gonna do the first one, but we're gonna do it in React. He does it in vanilla, so we can get the starter files. I was thinking of just like, let's just copy this. And then we go here. We can just start off by just like plopping the starter code in here, and then we can like just refactor the code. Let's see. So that's some of the code. Let's see. Let's get his CSS. Oh, we need the background image first. Oh, I have it all on my computer already. Anybody have any questions? Just feel free to shout out questions. So if you need like images in Code Sandbox, you can put them inside this public folder, and then they're accessible from your JavaScript. So I'm gonna put all the, he has like a background image. Also, I can show you what the finished project looks like. So it just looks like this for the people who haven't done JavaScript 30 before. And like when you push the buttons like A, S, D, F, it plays the sounds. But my audio is not working, but if you want to download the files and play it on your computer, it plays these like drum sounds when you push the keys. So I'm gonna upload, there's like this upload button here. And I have it in my downloads, like on my desktop. JavaScript 30, here we go. So JavaScript 30, I'm gonna upload the background and the sounds. Oh, if it lets me, oh, it only lets me do one at a time. So we got the background. Let's see. So uploading all that. Let's see. People in here. Yeah, we got a bunch of you in here. Let's see. So let's do the styles. So West Boss gives you like a bunch of stuff to start off. But if you look in the start, there's like no JavaScript. So the interactivity is like the part that you're working on. JavaScript 30 is mainly just working on JavaScript. So he gives you like all his nice styles that he makes. So I think we can just copy all this stuff. So let's just get rid of that. Boom. That worked pretty good. Let's see. So right now it doesn't do anything. There's also a console here, so we can see. Let's try refresh. It's complaining class. So we got a bunch of, it's got a bunch of warnings because I just copied the HTML code, right? He didn't do React. Yeah, how is everybody familiar with React here? I was just assuming people knew React. Okay, so some ways that we can refactor this maybe. So for one thing in React, you don't have these like class, right? You use class is like a reserved word. And so React, you have to use class name. That's what this warning is saying. I don't know if you can read this on the screen share, but on top of, if you come to the code sandbox, you should be able to read all the code. So one thing we can do for refactoring, like to me, it looks like each of these things should be a component. Like we can just make each of these things a key. And then we can also make another component that's like an audio component. So how do you guys want to do this? You want me to drive and do it, or does somebody want to attempt to like make these components? How would you guys prefer to do it?
I like hearing you talk through your thoughts and see how you would do it, but that's just me personally.
Okay, does everybody agree with that? That's what I was thinking too, but if people get bored and like, if you want to try, just let me know. So that is my thought process from looking at this. Like everything we did so far, that's how I would be doing this if I was just coding by myself and I was doing, and I just wanted to do this for like 100 days of code or something. Like because when I did the 100 days of code last year just to make sure it's a good idea because I recommend it to everybody because it seems like a good idea. So I did it, and I confirmed it's a good idea. So I highly recommend it. If you don't know what 100 Days of Code is, the website is 100daysofcode.com. It's just a way to, it's just a challenge to motivate you to code every day, because the way you get better at coding is to code a lot. I think that's the main thing you need to do to get better at coding. The main piece of advice is just to code a lot. Um, that's how you get better. So if you do the 100 Days of Code challenge, that at least is like an incentive for you to code at least 1 hour a day. Um, so this is how I would start this off. I go to the GitHub, I just copy paste all the starter code, and then upload all the static files I need, take care of the CSS just so we got some nice stuff. And then when I'm looking at this code, for me, this just stood out. That like, this is repeated over and over and over and over, right? So, and this is repeated over and over and over. So immediately I just thought I should make components for those things just to clean up this code. So just to keep it simple, I'm just gonna do everything inside of this file. Like when you're doing like a production app or something, you know, each component usually goes in a different file, but just to keep things simple for just doing this exercise, I'm just gonna put everything inside of this file. And you can stop me at any point if you want to ask questions, or
Yeah, I'm
if I,
confused as to where all of this app.js came from. I'm looking on the GitHub and I don't see any app.js file.
yeah, so when you go to like Code Sandbox, I'm
Yeah.
doing, so it showed up for me because it shows up recently used templates. I think if you do create, like if you don't have this already showing here, I think you can do create sandbox, and it has templates or you can like search for templates. It has anything. So it's like React, Vue. If you want to play with anything, it has like all the different kind of frameworks and stuff. So I love Code Sandbox. Like I mostly just code in Code Sandbox. I unless I'm doing work. If I'm working for a company, then I don't want to put it on Code Sandbox because the code usually proprietary to the company, you know. But when I'm prototyping, like I just think of something, I automatically always go to Code Sandbox, I think, just because it's super easy. And I just click the button, I'm like, okay, just make a React app, and then I can just start playing with it. You don't have to like do on the command line, create React app and then do all that kind of stuff. It's much easier for me to just go on here. And that way you can just play around. That's what makes coding fun. When you just play around and just make stuff that's funny. And I just make myself laugh. That's what I do. That's all I do all day. I'm just I live by myself and I just make myself laugh all day. That's life is pretty good when you do that. uh, any other questions? Nope. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. And if I'm doing something wrong, just tell me, because like I don't know, people who just came in, I haven't barely coded in the past 3 months, so I might be just typing wrong stuff. So don't just assume I know what I'm doing. So these are keys, so I'm just gonna call the component a key. I'm a big fan of copy pasta, so I just copy pasta stuff all the time. And the awesome thing about Code Sandbox is when you save a component, it automatically formats it using Prettier. So that's another thing I like about Code Sandbox is Prettier. You don't need to set up all that stuff. It's just built in. You can write TypeScript if you just name the file TS. You can just start writing TypeScript. It's awesome. But I suggest you learn JavaScript first, though. if you already learn JavaScript and you want to learn TypeScript, then maybe go that far. Okay, let's see. So what are we gonna need in the key? First of all, this got to be changed to class name. I don't think we need this data key thing. I'm gonna take that off. What is this yellow line? Function call. What? Did I do something wrong here? Expected an assignment. Oh, I was complaining about this. Well, I don't know what it's complaining about.
I think it's complaining because you're not returning. It's just an HTML snippet.
Good. Thank you. See what happens when you don't code for 3 months? Now something else is wrong. Okay, that's better. Thanks, Brian. Yeah, I gotta hire Brian already. I'll just hire you. You can just quit the boot camp. So we'll see. We need the actual, I don't know what we want to call it, key or letter. Then instead of A here, we'll do the letter. And then sound, I guess this is like the sound name. I don't know. Let's just put sound. So if we do that, then we can try and replace these things. So instead of this, we do key, and then we do letter equals A, sound equals clap, and then get rid of all this stuff. Boom, it's back. Any questions about that? We can stop for a second.
Does it work?
Yeah, look, the A is there.
Or does the sound work?
Oh, the sound's not working yet. We're refactoring yet. We're not adding the JavaScript. So before adding the JavaScript, I would prefer to refactor because I just copied vanilla HTML. It's not Reactified yet. So I want to just focus on the markup first before we do the JavaScript. So you can see the markup's working. I made this component. If I make this like this, you can see it updates. If I make this something else, it's updating. So
Sam.
yep.
So the data key equals the number that you deleted up here. Doesn't that refer to the audio down there? So how, since you got rid of it, how are you gonna, or is that gonna be later on?
Yeah, so we're gonna figure that out later on. So we'll probably just put the audio inside of the key, maybe, I'm thinking. And then we can do like a, we can add the on key down event to the key. I think that will work. If not, we can just refactor. Yeah, so when I'm just playing around too, I don't think about it too much. I just start coding. So this is not like advice for like an interview or anything. This is just like hacking. This is like how I hack on stuff. It just I just play. I'm just having fun, you know, just making stuff show up on the screen. I'm not practicing for like an interview. When you're practicing for an interview, it's different from hacking. It's like you want to plan out everything you're gonna do from the beginning, and then explain it like to the interviewer, like what you're thinking. That way you can verify if what you're thinking is actually what they want you to do. So that's why you plan everything out, and then at least at a high level, you don't need to go into the details how you're gonna do everything. But yeah, but like for the case of tonight, I'm just hacking to just show you guys how I hack. So number one, I use Code Sandbox. And I just start putting all kinds of stuff in there and then just see what comes up on the screen. It's just
Sam, I had a question.
Mm-hmm.
What do the audio tags do down starting on line 50?
So like audio lets you like play like sound. Like I can show you another one. So like my 100 days of code on my last day, you're not gonna be able to hear audio again because I failed. I didn't set up my audio correctly. I'll try and do it for next time. But like when you click play, like it's playing music right now. So you can see here that like with audio tags, you can actually play them and stuff. So if you go on like so I always type MDN usually. So if you just type like audio MDN, it'll bring you up on the like usually for the docs for whatever you're looking up. So audio, and then you can just read on top here if you just provide it like a music file. If you put controls, it like gives you a whole audio player. Like you don't need, this is built into the web. Like you don't need to design all this stuff. It just comes for free. So learning all the web, what's available to you will save you time because then you just know, like imagine if you had to write all of this from scratch, you might as well just use what's already available to you. Look how easy it was. You just do this and then you get this and it plays music. And so you can like autoplay, but like I don't think I forget, they changed the rules at some point, so like I don't think autoplay works unless it requires like user interaction first or something like that. But there's like play, pause, all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna have to use play because when you hit the A button or the S button or whatever, or if we want to make it when you click it, we have to listen for that event, and then we have to imperatively call play. I don't think you can, in React, there's a declarative way to play the audio. At least I don't know off the top of my head. So by what I mean by imperative, like usually in React, you just pass props and stuff happens. The olden days before React, it was more imperative programming. So with jQuery and just vanilla JavaScript, you actually had to tell it what to do. So like with the audio button, we have to, when we wanted to play, we actually have to call the code like .play on the HTML node. So yeah, any other questions, or was that clear? Yeah.
Good so far. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm wondering how I never ran across audio in HTML.
Yeah, there's all kinds. There's video, audio. You'll be surprised. HTML has all kinds of stuff, even CSS, and they keep adding on more stuff. So
Well, if you have those audio tags there, where's the players? Where's the embedded players on the page?
I think you have to put control. So like maybe if you do this, I don't know. It depends on the CSS as well too. So it
For
just
something
showed
like
up.
this, yeah, like we don't want the controls for something like this. We just want
Yeah.
the keystroke to run that wave file, right? Or the MP3 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And since let's just try and put the audio in there.
Yeah, I was also wondering what's going on with the data key prop because the data key in the audio and the letter match up. I figured that was probably intentional.
Well, data key, when you're doing vanilla like JavaScript and HTML, like he just did it starting attribute with data. That kind of just a way to store data in the DOM to keep state in the DOM. But with React, you don't need to use the DOM to keep state because you can just use your React components to keep state in the JavaScript. So we don't need the like data keys. Also, I don't think we need the number because I also have this tab open. I don't know if you saw keycode.info. Westboss also made this site, I think. And it's awesome. You just push any key and it tells you like how you can like access that event. So like I was looking at this and there's event.key and I don't need the number. It says event.which is deprecated. So I don't know if, I mean, I never memorize all this stuff, right? I always look it up. So when I'm doing the key stuff, it helps to bring up keycode.info because I'm never going to remember like all these different ways that you can access. And it's super helpful because I just push the button and it just tells me like what I need. Somebody just showed up. So I think we can just grab the event.key. So it looks like it's lowercase, but yeah, why don't we go back and just pass in lowercase and I'll just uppercase it here. Then we can just always pass in the lowercase letter. So let's see if my idea works. I don't even know if that's gonna work. Let's put the audio in here. We'll get rid of this. Let's see. I'm actually gonna need the return. Shit. So in order to play this, I need a ref because when I need to access the actual HTML node to do imperative actions on top of an HTML node, in React, you access it with a ref. So let's see, you can do const audio ref equals use ref. Let's see, I can auto import that for you. And then you just do ref, audio ref. So I think we can do that. So then we can say on, I'm thinking you do on key down. Then we'll do like, then we'll do something. So let's make this handle on key down. Make that here. So on key down, then we can say audio ref dot current dot play. I think that should work. We'll see. Oh, that didn't work. Yeah. That did not work. Let's see. So it's not getting the on key down. Maybe is that handle on key down? What?
Do you need to pass it into the actual component, not the div?
Oh yeah,
the on key
maybe.
down.
Yeah, maybe we got to do it at the app level.
Well, yeah.
So let's see. We're not going to do this.
How does it know which key you mean by you mean on key down?
Oh yeah. Is that even a, I don't even know if that's a, is that a thing you can do on React components? Maybe that's not a key. See what happens when you, oh, it doesn't work on divs. Let's see. You should use tab index attribute to be able to listen to on key down in a div. What's a better way to do it then? So if you do tab index 0. So let's try that. I probably would just, I would read it more if I was actually doing real stuff, but when I'm just playing, like I said, I just copy and paste stuff. So let's see. So, oh, it's working. Stack Overflow is awesome. So let's see. If we do that way, then we gotta keep state, right? We gotta keep state of what key was pressed. So let's, based on this, it was event.key. That's the thing I wanted to do because that gives me the exact letter. At least I think, based on just looking at this. Let's see. So let's try, instead of console login this, let's do event.key. Okay, let's clear this stuff. Boom, look at that. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted. And yeah, if you're having a hard time seeing this, I see some people like trying to like squint. You can also go to the code sandbox. It helps if you have multiple monitors because then you can keep the code sandbox open on one monitor. So event.key did exactly what this thing does. So awesome. As for browser compatibility, I'm not sure. You would need to go look on the MDN docs. We can go look real quick, actually. So if we go, what was that, event.key MDN. So showing you guys how I Google stuff. Event.key. Usually at the bottom, it has like browser compatibility. So dead key, I don't know what the hell that is, but I don't think we need to worry about that. Maybe we do, but it looks like it works in all the browsers. So at least modern browsers, like if you have to support less than IE9, then I wouldn't want to work at that company. Because then you're gonna be sad every day. If you gotta even support IE in the first place as a front-end developer, it's gonna make you sad.
Sam, I also see that we will need to reuse the audio source for the actual source where it says clap. You can pass in the sound there as well. On line 15.
Pass in the sound.
So it says clap.wave. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the actual sound is, you might need to lowercase it, but
so
to dynamically choose which wave file to play. Yeah.
Oh, what did I do? Oh, I think, well, we'll see if that's even gonna work. Let's see. We need the state first though. So thanks for spotting that though. That's probably gonna help. Let's see. So we need state. So key, what should we call it? Current key. I don't know. I'll just leave it undefined. Use. How come last time it automatically imported it for me? What the hell? Okay, so now I want to store it in the current key. So let's make sure that's working. Set current key. Let's just make it, let's console log it just to see if we're storing the correct thing. I like to do sanity checks like that as I go along. Oops. So it's not working. What did I do? Oh, there you go. So it's storing the current key. So let's see. Is this even a good way? So let me think. So if we're storing the current key in the top, and then as we're playing it, then we can pass in whether we should play it or not. Okay. Oh, I got it. We can do like a use effect in here. So then we can just pass in use effect. And then what if we just make a thing called should play? And if anybody else has other ideas, you can let me know. I'm just kind of like, I'm just going with whatever pops into my brain. So I'm thinking if we do should play, then we get rid of all this stuff. And we don't need this. So if we do use effect, and then we say whenever should play changes, and then if should play, then we play it. Let's see. So then we need a should play here. And then we pass it in if the current key equals A. There you provided did not provide a stack trace. What? Oh, it didn't like that. Let's see. So that's working. When I press A, it's saying true, and when I press other keys, it says false. That's what I wanted it to do. So it didn't like something about this. So let's try. Console.log audio ref. Did I do that wrong? Let's see. That is an element. Let's see. Okay. So it's getting the element. It was exploding when it. So I got the audio HTML element. But for some reason, it didn't like when I said play. Oh, the sounds, I must not have the, what do you call it? The path correctly. So clap, maybe you need,
Yeah, you don't have a sounds directory.
oh snap, thank you. That's what mob programming is. So like the person is driving and then the other people like spot the dumb stuff that the person that's driving is doing. Okay. Okay, let's cross our fingers. Let's see. Oh, I was trying to play it and I still have that console log thing in there. Oh, it worked. You can't hear it, but if you, in your code sandbox, you should be able to play it. Let's see. So it only plays once though. Let's see on the audio. So like when I press the A button, it works the first time. But then I think we need to like rewind the sound. Because once you play the audio, like if the clip is 5 seconds, it's gonna play. And I think you need to like rewind it to the beginning. I don't remember exactly, but that's what
Sam,
I think is happening. What's going on?
Yeah, I have another idea. So the clap will play for me again if I click another button and then click the A again.
Oh, nice. But we need it. We need to be able to. If we keep pressing it, we also need it to keep playing. So.
Right.
Like,
We need to reset the.
Yeah. So we got to look at
somehow.
the API.
Yeah, like after it plays, change should play to false again or something, so that resets that Boolean.
Oh,
Maybe.
I see what you're saying. So yeah, there's probably a better way to do it, but let's oh, where did it go? So if we do, that's a kind of crappy way to do it though. Let's try and rethink this. So what if we just play it from the parent? Let's see. I don't remember how to do that either. So React child ref to parent. See, Google just helps you Google stuff. I want to access the ref of my child in the parent. Let's see. Recommended for a prior greater than. So this is the child. And then it's saying, so this dot child ref. Okay, we can try to do that. So we just pass in the ref. So if we do, we're gonna have a bunch, but if we do, wait, what did it say? And then in here, so do forward ref. And then you can pass in the ref. So let's try that. So yeah, dot forward ref. What is it complaining about? Oh, I gotta wrap it in another. Oh, what am I doing wrong? React forward ref, and then you put the function inside of it. Oh, React is not defined.
Yeah.
let's just put forward ref. I don't want to define React. Let's just do that. Oh, it's playing. So if we do forward ref, so let's get rid of this should play idea. Let's just get rid of that. So this is ref. So then that article is saying that we can define it in here. So if we do const a ref equals use ref. Do equals a. So then we do if we do it like that, then on key down. So even this way is kind of crappy, but let's see, we don't need this. And instead of this, we would do So this would be like a long if else statement. So I don't know if this would be the best way to do it either, but like that's what these hacking things are about, just to like just hack and just do all kinds of stuff, and then you can just then you get lots of different ideas of like different ways to do stuff. Shit. So if event key equals, then we do, oh, I got a better idea. What if we do this? What if we do, no, let's just keep it simple. Event key equals a, then we do a ref current play. Okay, let's see if that works. Current read current of undefined. Why is it undefined?
Because it's we haven't hit it yet before we right? Because we haven't hit that button yet when we refresh.
I just pressed it.
Oh.
Let's
Play
see.
of undefined, so current.
So maybe we did this wrong with the ref thing. Let's see. Why is the current undefined?
Hey,
Passage.
Sam,
Yep.
I see this. I got a warning on mine that says forward ref accepts exactly 2 parameters, props and ref. And don't we have 3?
Oh, thank you. See what, man, I'm rusty. See what happens when you don't program, when you don't do hundreds of code and program every day. Let's see. Now it's working. Thanks. Somebody's mic is echoing, but yeah, who was that? Thank you, whoever told me to. So if we do aref dot current play, okay, work. Oh snap, it's working. Okay. So one thing that's crappy though, like if you see, I'm gonna need like, if I wanted to do all the letters, I would need to do like a long if else statement here. So one thing I could do is like, we could make like an object to like handle, to like handle all the refs. So we could do like key ref manager equals this, and then we'll do a, and then a ref dot current. What if we do that? Then if we do key ref manager event dot key, it works. Is there any questions about that? So like I said, I'm just hacking. I don't know if this is like a super good idea. I'm just like, whatever's popping into my brain, I'm just typing it into the computer. Like I was just thinking in my brain, I'm gonna need like an else statement for every single key that I did. This is a little easier than my, I'm still gonna need like all these things to be like, so if I do sref equals use ref, Or we could do, you know what's even better? We can just put these all inside here. I think. So what if we do that? Then we get rid of this. Then in here we do dot current. It doesn't like something there. Oh. Then we do key manager, key ref manager.a. Yeah, was somebody saying something?
I'm just curious if on line 20, if you're accessing key ref manager for every single key, but every single key returns the same, returns use ref, why do you need key ref manager in the first place? Why not just say,
Because this is, each key has its own ref. So like this one has the key A. So when event.key is A, it's gonna play the sound for A. So like I can do the next key. I don't want to do all of them though, because I don't want to go all night. But like if we do the next one. So S is hi-hat. So
oh, I see, you're passing different refs
yeah.
into okay, the ref property. Okay.
Oh, something went wrong though. It works. So we would be able to do that for all the keys. So like we can go a little further and we can map over all the things. So one thing we could do, we could do like, we can do, I got an idea. So we do key ref, and then instead of like, we can do ref, use ref, and then sound, because I want to just iterate over all the properties. So if we do something like this, then I don't need to manually write each thing. I can just iterate over the data. So I could do object dot keys key ref manager. Oh, let's just call this key data. Key data dot map, and then we'll pull out the ref and the sound. Or what am I doing? So sorry, not that. This is just a letter. So then in here, we can just, instead of that, so let's get rid of this. Then we just say this.
You'd be inside the parentheses on line 26.
Yeah. So, am I missing? Missing. So this would be letter. And then this would be see, so key data letter dot sound. And then the ref would be, let's make this bigger. The ref would be key data letter. How come it didn't show? And this would be key data. Why didn't the F print though? Does somebody see something that I'm missing? The object.keys. That should be a. Let's see. So that is A. So should have put letter. Each tile on the left. Oh, I don't have a key. Why isn't it not like?
I don't think letter is defined anywhere, is it?
Oh, it's there. I don't know what I was doing wrong. So except the button doesn't work anymore. Let's see. So I'm passing in the letter, key data, letter. Let's do a sanity check here. So oh, what is that? What is it complaining about? So there's that. That. Does anybody see what the second is? What am I doing? Oh, I need another. Let's get rid of. Okay, let's see. So it doesn't like something in there. So let's see, key data letter. So you got ref and sound. I did that. Sound is clap. The ref should still be going in here. Let's see. Oh, we got to do dot ref because I changed this. Now it's working again. Okay, so now you see, now I can just do like all these things like this. And then now I got both the buttons. So now I could just define all the buttons like that. I see some confused look. Do people do you have questions about? Maybe we can just talk about it. We don't need to complete the whole challenge. There's also like oh, God damn it. What did I do? There's also like CSS stuff, like he also like highlights it, but I don't want to go all night. That's basically the functionality part without the styling. So if you did JavaScript 30 and 3030, like actually I can bring up the, did I bring up the final? Yeah, see, it has like the highlighting and stuff. I don't want to go into that just because then we'll spend another half an hour doing that maybe based on how rusty I am. I forgot all my React stuff. But is there any questions about why I did stuff certain ways, or if you have other ideas or questions about anything that I did over here? We can just like have a discussion now. Like I'm free to whenever if people want to just like hang out and talk about it.
It was definitely interesting like, watching you tackle it, like watching you destructure it. I can see now like how it all works. It was interesting like watching you like break it down and then break it down again and then destructure again and then get to this. And I was like, oh, like yeah, okay, that makes sense.
That's what Code Sandbox is good for. I call it just like prototyping or just playing around. And for me, that's how I can just learn stuff. I just play around with it instead of like reading a tutorial and just typing what they tell you to type. So I'll watch tutorials too, but then for stuff like this, or if I get an idea, I like to just open up Code Sandbox and just copy and paste stuff in there and then just hammer on the keyboard, like the programming cat. Until I get like stuff to like work. And then I'll just keep Googling stuff like how I was doing when it didn't work. Like when my idea didn't work, I just like Google like why doesn't this work? It's either like syntax errors, I just made the wrong syntax, or just my whole idea is just flawed. Maybe you can't even do like what I'm trying to do. Because like every problem like this, there's gonna be lots of different ways to do it. So I like to just play around. Like I could have just sat and like whiteboarded and like planned out carefully different possible ways I was gonna do it, which like I said is good for interview because the interviewer will help you if you can clearly communicate what you're thinking, and they want to know like they want to know your thought process, so that helps. Like you would definitely probably not do an interview like this. You probably could though. I mean, the interviewer would I think they would still be okay, as long as you didn't go completely like off track. Like I think what I was doing was still working. Like it made sense. But yeah, usually I just look for things that can be like simplified. Whenever you see something like happening like over and over and over, you think, oh, there might be a better way to do that. I don't want to like keep typing this thing like over and over and over. So even this, like I gotta define all the refs, so the data already has like all the refs. So I didn't want to have to type all the refs and then type like all the keys like separately. So my trade-off is I'll just combine all the data into the object, since I already gotta like define all the different refs, since we decided that the parent was just gonna handle all the refs. Because the first way we did it was kind of clunky, right? You know, I would have had to keep state of a Boolean of should play, and then I would, after I play it, I would have to like set it to false. And that just felt, it was like a code smell. Like some things just feel weird, like as when you're doing it. That's what they call a code smell. The more you code, it's just, things just start to feel weird because like it just doesn't seem right. Like it's just an intuition that you build as you just write more and more code, and that's what people call a code smell. It's like, it's just like a feeling. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, that doesn't feel right. I just spit. Any other questions?
I'd just like to say I really like the format of watching you go through this. I hope you do more like this. It's great
Yeah,
to see your brain work and see how you work through things. I know just playing around and the different resources you use is very helpful.
yeah. If you got any feedback too, let me know. I mean, this is the first time we're doing it. Just if you guys like it, just did, or if you were expecting something else, or if you want to do something else, like we can do whatever. I'm not working right now, so I'm just experimenting with stuff I can like do with all of you.
I like how this is structured too, because you could extend this super easily to just be the entire keyboard. Like
Yeah,
you just add to key data and then add some wave files on the left there, and you've got an entire keyboard full of different instruments.
yeah, and this could actually, you could actually put the whole path to the file. Then that way you don't need like a convention for the naming of the files too. Like you could just put the whole path instead of just clap. I guess we needed that text here though, so that works. Yeah. But yeah, and like in Code Sandbox, you can, if you want to just play around with this too, you just fork it, and then it makes a copy into for yourself, and then you can just. That's why Code Sandbox is awesome. You can just look at other people's sandboxes, and then you can just look up if there's like Material UI stuff you like. You just look up Material UI, see what somebody else did, and you just fork their sandbox, and you just do other stuff with it. You can just remix stuff other people do. Like I did my whole 100 days of code all in Code Sandbox almost, for people that were following me doing the Code Sandbox. I did most of it in Code Sandbox. I did some of it in Replit. I like Replit too. Replit is, so I do most of my React stuff in Code Sandbox, but Replit, you can make Node.js apps and stuff like that in the browser. So I made like API endpoints, and people can actually hit your endpoints. It's like a live Node.js server just by like clicking the button. So you can, they also have like all kinds of languages. If you never used Replit before. You can even do like C++ and all kinds of stuff. Like it has everything. It has, I think it has Deno too, like the new, yeah, it has Deno. I actually did a Deno app when Deno came up. I think I did my meme, my in this house meme generator I did it in Deno for one of my 100 days of code. You can do Haskell, you can do all kinds of, I don't even know what this is. LOL code, somebody just made up a language probably. So yeah.
Sam, when are you planning on doing this again?
Probably next Sunday, as long as until I get busy again. If I get busy, I'll just do it as long as I'm not tired. I was thinking of just doing it at the same time every Sunday for now, at least, because then we can do the other the JavaScript 30. I was just gonna go through each of the days and then try and hack on the stuff. I don't guarantee I'll always figure it out in the hour, but that's what having the community is, right? Like everybody kept helping me fix the whatever mistakes I was making. That's what mob programming is. That's what the navigators do when you mob program. They kind of just like help you figure out like why the thing isn't working, or if your ideas are flawed. Like if I thought like it could do something, but it actually can't do that. If I'm just like making stuff up. Cause yeah.
I will definitely be back. I gotta run now, but thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks for joining. Any other?
Yeah, I think that next week I'm going to try to have like that the challenge done already, so that then I can follow along with you while we kind of like futz with it. You know, like I really liked this, but I think that like for the first half of it, I was just like, wait, what's going on? Like, I'm so lost and going so fast. I don't have any of my directories.
Oh, you could have told me to slow down.
No, you're fine. I was just like watching. After a while, I was like, I'll just watch. Like that's fine. I have all week to do this one, and then I'll do the next one too, so that I'm all set for the next time, and we can just like, yeah,
I
kind of like.
I recommend you try and do it in vanilla JavaScript first if you haven't done the exercises in vanilla JavaScript, because JavaScript 30 is super good because you gotta understand. I think it really helps to understand how to do stuff in vanilla JS and just know what's available. Like JavaScript 30 is awesome because like somebody was saying earlier, they didn't know about the audio like HTML tag, right? JavaScript 30 exposes like all these things that you might not even know, all these events and CSS transition kind of things. And like you can do on transition end. That's how you do the key like lights up yellow and then it goes away. I don't know if I would have remembered that existed if I didn't like go through JavaScript 30 all the time. It always refreshes my memory. I always do JavaScript 30 before I go into like a round of interviews because I do front end interviews. So it helps just learning all the APIs again because I don't use all this stuff every day. So, and there's so much stuff like you can't remember everything unless you have like photographic memory or something. So, yeah. Any other comments or questions?
I have question. I don't know React, but I know map and vanilla JavaScript. I'm just wondering from line 27 to like 32, like why is it like after going what it returns? How come it's like bracket like this with a key? How come like for an object isn't it like squiggly bracket? Like
This is a React component right here.
oh, I see.
Yeah, and actually I can refactor this. This could probably be better like this. Boom, cleaner. Yeah, so entries gives you both the key and the value. So I just destructured the values to make this a little nicer. So yeah, then you could just delete all this, and then the whole component will just be this.
So
Well,
nice.
you would have to fill out all the data, but then the actual markup will just be this. And then you would have to add a little bit for the transition end. It's not that much more code probably, because you would just have to do an on transition event. See ya, Matt. I think you can add on transition and you would need to have like some kind of active Boolean so that when this key is active, then you add the class to like light it up, and then on transition and you remove the class, something like that.
Like timeout on it or something.
You don't need timeout though. That's what the on transition and event handler will do.
Oh.
Because that's another, that when you go look at the JavaScript 30, if you looked at the finished product, so we can look at it real quick. I mean, it's in vanilla JavaScript, but then he does on transition end. So that there's an event listener called transition end, and all it does is, where's his remove transition? It just removes the class. So he has CSS that it just scales it up. So it grows a little bit. And then once that transition ends, it just removes it. So you don't need to do a timeout.
Okay.
You know exactly when to remove it. Once the scale finishes, it will just remove the class. So that's a like cool thing. That's like something cool that you can do, because it's just like I think it just, yeah, see, it has an on transition, and like we could try to do it real quick if people want to stick around. Let's see. On transition end. So what is it playing? I think we would need to have to put multiple classes. Yeah, I don't want to go into it. It's gonna take a while because you need to put multiple classes on it. I would need to bring in another dependency to be able to do that. Yeah, I'm gonna skip that. But yeah, that's how you could do it. You just put on transition in, you have some kind of Boolean, you add another prop that will just be like, is this key active or something like that? And then kind of like the play sound thing, but I wouldn't call it play sound. I would just make the prop called active, because then you would just do like active, and then you know it's active if the letter, you would need to keep track of what letter was pushed again. We would need to add in that state that we had before, and then you just compare what the last letter that was pushed and the letter right here. If they're equal, that means this key is active. Then you add on the class active, and then on transition end, you remove that class. So we wouldn't need that Boolean that we were talking about, how like when we did play sound, we did like should play sound, we set it to true, and we said we would need to set it to false. The on transition end would do that for us. We could just say, whenever the transition finishes, then just remove the class. And we would have use effect that would just say if this component is active, add the class. It would, and then we would remove the class when the transition like finish, something like that. And yeah, and then it would just be like this would be the whole thing, pretty much. I can like finish it up and then I'll post it in the Slack. I don't know if everyone here is in our Slack. I can post our Slack or Brian, do you got it? I got too many screens open. If you're not in our Slack, that's the Slack. I can post the, I can finish it up with the transitions and everything, and then, or you can also just bookmark this, the link. Actually, if you want to bookmark the link, I think the live link is different from the actual sandbox link. So if you want to bookmark the sandbox and just come back to it later, I don't know if I'm going to do it tonight, but at some point I'll finish it up either tonight or tomorrow, maybe.
Thanks so much for doing this, Sam.
Yeah, no problem. Is there anything else? Do you guys have any other ideas of like stuff you would want to do like for like a meetup? Like besides like live coding, I've also done mock interviews with people, and we've done a project showcase once just to like let people like demo stuff they've been working on. Those are some of the ideas we came up with besides our AMA. I don't know if everyone here has been to our AMAs. We do AMAs on Saturdays. Next Saturday, we have a good one coming up. The founders of Mint Bean. For people who don't know Mint Bean, they do hackathons every week, I think. So, yeah. Anybody else have any other ideas? Or if you want to introduce yourself too, if we don't know you, or even if we know you, maybe other people don't know you.
Well, I'm Sam. Hi. I've been to one other of these, but I've had work on Saturdays the last few weeks, so I haven't been able to make it to any others. I'm glad to have this on Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
I'm in
are you,
Springboard with Brian, but yeah.
oh, awesome. Tons of Springboard people come to our meetups.
Yeah, I've heard. It's a hub.
I think Emily and I, like, at one point were just telling everyone to come to JDHH.
Yeah, I told more Springboard people to come too.